What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, yes, I have heard different things from different channels saying Spence and Crawford is supposed to have a rematch December the 30th. All right. Now, I can tell you, I am not like social media friends with none of these fighters. But I went on the Twitter of both fighters. I went on the Instagram of both fighters just to see if I saw anything confirmed. I don't see anything as of right now. Today is what, the 21st? It's now 1:17 in the afternoon. And I have not seen anything. It's Friday. Okay, I have not seen anything stating that there's a rematch on the 30th of December. I've heard different channels report this, and they're all saying the same things. Sources say it's been confirmed. So it may very well be. There's other things I could look at, but no big deal. I just want to say this about this fight. We all know what was supposed to happen for the fight to happen at 154. For those who don't, well, whatever. It is what it is, because this is not really what I'm focused on. But if the fight's going to be at 154, people still think Spence has no chance. So if it's 154 or 147, even if you think he'll do better at 154, but still think he'll lose, the point is, if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win, right? I don't know since when we became so soft, because it's like nobody's saying, Spence, just retire. You had a few people say that. You did. Well, that's that man's decision if he wants to continue to fight or not. The fact that tactically the fight wasn't competitive. It was no super fight. It was a one-sided ass kicking. People don't really see the point of the rematch at 147. There's a lot that don't see the rematch at 154, but there's a whole lot more people that feel like, what's the purpose at 147? And all of the people that reported this so far, okay, so once again, I do not know if this is confirmed or not, but like I told you, I don't see anything on Spencer Crawford's social media saying that, December 30th is a fight between the two, okay, in the rematch. But they're all saying the same things, and they're saying that the weight class is still being negotiated. Look, Errol Spence made no fucking excuses. He simply said the better man won. Problem is, the idiotic moron fanboys are, oh, that nigga this, he that, oh, that nigga, he gonna get his ass kicked again. Maybe so. But why are y'all being so fucking stupid when, if the man wants the rematch, let him have his fucking rematch. If he gets his ass kicked again, then he gets his ass kicked again. End of story. That ship sails. Don't sit up and talk, yeah, but Crawford might kill him. Or any fucking fighter, any other, it could be a different fighter, have the ability to kill him. What the fuck? I mean, like, I never seen such pussy shit in my life, man. Like, this generation is some soft sissy ass from these fighters on down to the fucking fanboys. You motherfuckers make every excuse for fighters not to fight, but then y'all the same ones. When I was coming up, I fought everybody. It didn't make a difference what weight class or nothing. I'll fight everybody. We seen what happened in the first fight. I know that I always tell you, you never know what's going to happen. Did anybody really expect that fight to go the way it did? You full of shit if you say yes. Even if you thought Spence was going to lose, get the fuck out of here with all that. I knew he was going to dominate, multiple knockdowns, and do what he did to him. Stop that bullshit. Stop that bullshit. Regardless, let that man fight if he wants to fight. And if, like I said, if he gets his ass kicked again, and he does. But if he ends up somehow winning this fight, there's going to be a lot of people looking really stupid. Because I always tell you guys, you don't know what's going to happen in the fight. Some fights are easier to call than others, but this is one where I look at it and I say, yeah, if he can't change, then what's he going to do different to win? Yeah, I get all of that. I get that. We're just going to have to see. And again, you should be, look, here's a man who didn't come out and say anything about nothing. Only thing he said was he definitely want the rematch, but hopefully he can get at 154. That is not him making a fucking excuse. Like I said, like he said, I agreed to the weight. I ain't make no excuses. Okay, so for him to say that and to say he just hoped that the rematch will happen at 154, isn't that a clear indication that the man feel like he'll be more comfortable? That it was harder for him to make weight at 147. So it doesn't make a difference if Bud is saying it's hard for me to weight too, because Bud is also willing to go up and wanting to fight Canelo, wanting to fight Charlo, okay, who are both right now at 168. So if you can fight them at 168, what would be the reason to not fight, Errol at 154? Other than the fact you don't have to, if Bob, the rules are being followed properly and whatever, and you guys state whatever you need to state in the proper amount of time, all that good shit. Bottom line, like if there's no, what reason would it be other than saying, well, I beat you at 147 and I feel comfortable I can beat you again there. So I don't want to give you what advantage you might need, which may be at 154. Otherwise, what's the problem? What does it matter? And then, he'll say he wants to defend his titles. And he's a champion at 147, not 154. I get that. I get that. And like I said, no, Bud is not doing anything wrong. But fuck, man, like if the man wants to fight, let him fight. Now, if Spence agrees to 147, then hey, so be it. And I told you before, it doesn't mean he wins because they go to 154. Bud definitely said that it's doable, that he's, 147 is hard for him too, but, it's definitely doable. It's not a problem. So somebody else, I don't remember the guy's name, spoke on his behalf and said 147 and no. Bud didn't say that, his guy did. Okay, the thing is, it's not that guy's decision. Bud can say, no, I want the fight at 154 if he wants to. So I don't know what is actually happening, but it's obvious Bud is not saying yes to 154 right away. Otherwise, they wouldn't still be negotiating the weight. It would just be, fuck it, let's do it at 154. No different from a fighter saying, fuck it, even though I'm the biggest star, 50-50, just for the sake of making the fight. Bud beat him so easily, I guess he felt like, what's the sense, right? But the fact that the man exercised his rematch clause and he wants to do it again, okay. Let Spence go in there and let's see what he can do. Like I said, I don't know if he wins. I don't know if he loses. Tactically, if we go by his last fight and the fact that Spence, out of his own mouth, said he can box and move and all that stuff if he want, use his jab, but that's boring to him, that's a lack of discipline. I said this shit when he first fucking made that comment a long time ago. So, like I said, I'm not shocked that he lost at all to Crawford, and I wouldn't have been shocked if he would have won. But the way he got his ass kicked, no, I didn't see it that way. I definitely didn't see it that way, but I wasn't shocked either. It was more like I said, shit happens, man. Shit happens. I've seen great fighters get blown out before. We know this. But all of this bullshit about, oh man, the guy's gonna die, oh, this is gonna happen, oh my God, why? Well, then if that's the case, he shouldn't fight anybody. Like he should just retire, not go up and wait or fight somebody else. No. He should just retire if that's the case, because he can be killed in the ring by anyone for that matter. And, if the fight ends up being at 154, one thing is this, right? If people really don't have interest in this rematch because it's like, what's the purpose, and they won't watch, then they'll probably make it go to 154. I don't know if they're trying to see how much of buzz they create. I don't know. If they're solely looking at just the politics between the two, I don't know. But I think the fight doesn't do as good as the first one if it's at 147. Because truthfully, hardly anybody thinks Spence has a chance to win at 147. So, what's the purpose of just watching the same shit happen again? Now, 154 would pose a little more intrigue because it's like, well, he might just be better at 154. No different from Canelo getting his ass kicked by Bivol at 175, and then all you making excuses for him, talking about it at 160, he's unbeatable. And then as soon as Bivol says he wants to fight him at 168, so there's no excuses. I want to fight him at his comfortable weight. All of a sudden, when Mauricio Sulaiman steps in talking about he won't let the fight happen because the guy's Russian. Yeah, whatever. But y'all want to act like y'all don't see the protection. Saying no different. Now, does he beat Crawford at 154? I don't know. And if his tactics are not different, no. Unless he catches him and knocks him the fuck out. Otherwise, as far as him to be able to inflict the damage he needs to wear Crawford down and then possibly get him out of here off an accumulation, whatever it may be, break him down and wear him down. If he can't change his tactics, they can fight at 168 and he'll still lose. More than likely. But again, let the man go in there like the warrior. Y'all wasn't making these excuses for Deontay Wilder when Mark breathing through the towel went, let him go out on his shield like a man. And that man got his ass kicked 3 times. Especially the last 2 fights. And none of you talking about retiring. He talking about he got a fucking dent in his head. Yeah. So, yeah, let Spence do what he has to do. And Wilder was beat up, bloody, ear all busted the fuck up and everything. He's still in there. Let Spence do what the fuck Spence wants to do in this situation. So if he wants to fight, then he fights. And like I said, either he's going to win or get his ass kicked again. However it plays out, it is what it is. And if he can't beat Crawford in the rematch, he just might retire. He might not even go up in weight. He might just say, fuck it. It's time to just call it a night. I had a good career. Done. Who knows? This is what fighters do. This is why they get millions of dollars. So this is the hurt game. Shit comes with it. I commend the dude for wanting to get back in there and not being discouraged and feeling the way the fans want him to feel, which is inferior, like, I can't do this, I can't win. Go in there, do what you do. And then we'll know what's going to happen. We'll see what they're made of. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, if that man want to continue to fight, then fuck it. Derek Chisora ass is in there, and he just keep losing, getting pounded on, getting pounced on. He keep jumping in there. He's damn near 40 years old. Lose far more than he win in the past several years. So, I mean, look, you know, I know there's not a lot of fight fans out there. There's a bunch of casuals that just like to run their mouth and try to sound intelligent. And again, for the idiot morons that are hard of hearing and fucking stupid, stop asking me questions about Shakur Stevenson when I told you everything came out of his mouth is on a podcast. You can pull it right up here on YouTube called $1 Million Worth of Game. Gilly the Kid and this guy, Wallow, or whatever he called himself. And you hear Shakur clearly say what he said, okay? Deny it, then admit it. Deny it, then admit it. And the figure they came up with was $8 million for him, 24 for Haney. So stop asking me as if you question my motherfucking integrity. Like, motherfucker, I'm not at the negotiating table with them, dumbasses. Did I not tell you where the information came from? And it was an interview, not no fucking tweet, not a passage in a paper. This is a fucking interview where Shakur Stevenson clearly says what he says and contradicts himself. So I don't know why the fuck. It's one thing to just ask a rhetorical question in conversation, but stop asking me stupid questions as if I know the answers as to why this motherfucker said this or why this person did this or why that. I don't know. Okay, and in Shakur's case, it's because he's fucking lying. That's why. That's why. He's talking about 36 million, 32 million, 36 million, whatever it was he said. It's like, no, it's 24. Yeah, smart man, smart man. That's his fucking words, not Aries. So stop being so fucking stupid and asking me questions like I'm sitting there at the negotiation table with him. I'm repeating what his fucking mouth said, not what I think he said or what he should have said. No, this is what he said. So if anybody can't count, asshole, it's him, not Aries. So, again, for the hard of hearing, go watch $1 Million Worth of Game and you'll hear what Shakur Stevenson said. So if you think anybody's dumb and you're a Shakur fan, then you think that he's dumb because that's his words. Anyway, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford too. I'm not even going to ask y'all who y'all think going to win. I already know what 99.9% of the answer is going to be. But if that fight is actually going to take place on December 30th of this year, you know, we'll see. So, and like I told you, I went on their social media, and I repeat myself because you always have some dumbass want to come in the comment section and ask what the fuck you already said 3 or 4 times already. All right? I don't see anything on their social media stating that as of right now. And like I told you, it was 117. It's 131 right now. All right? So we'll see how things go. We'll see what it is. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section what y'all think. Not so much about who's going to win because I already know. But this situation, do you think the fight's going to be official? Do you think that it's going to end up being at 154? Even still, doesn't mean he wins. Doesn't mean he loses. This is boxing. You never know. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.